in this life. You'll never be settled. You're in chaotic motion all the time. If you're settled, like you got it settled in your head. Here's a different, going back to that, I'll get that in a minute. Settled, you're dead. Okay? If you can accept not knowing and not being able to control it, then you're settled. Meaning you don't have to stop running in order to be still. The chaos and the commotion and the living of life is going to continue on in and around you. But you are a wanderer, and you are not of this world. Jesus said that too. You're in this world, but you're not of this world. And you are a peculiar people. Peculiar. So when you're trying to make yourself fit in, you can't fit in somebody else's orbit. You have an orbit of your own. You're spinning. You're wandering. You got your little sack on your back and you're trucking. And you're going to run into different things, different people, different situations. And you may be headed on down the road and you need to cross a bridge. And the bridge is washed out. Well, are you going to stand there and complain and gripe and bitch and moan and say why did that happen to you and I can't get to where I'm going? No. You just start whistling and turn and keep going. You're going this way now. You're not going where you think you're going. You're not taking you where you're going. You're on an orbit. But you're not directing the orbit. You're a wanderer. Okay, let's see what else it is. 12, 14, 23, 25, 30, 34. There's that honor again, but let's just make sure, because that's a really strong thing to say if it's going to be that. 14, 23, 25, 30, 34. Yes, it is. 34 is honor. It is also the God of Renar. It's backwards. Just say it backwards and then you'll have the God. Okay, 34, so what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Well, we have 11 and a 7. Well, if I was a betting man, I'd say 7-11 down the backstretch. Betting on black diamond in the 5th. That trifecta. Literally a trifecta. Okay, so we got a 90? Yes, we do. So we are 90. 90. What, Paula? Did you tell me that Liberation Day, this day that you're standing... I want some water. Do you realize the relationship that I have with this water? Now, that it called me at that moment for me to interact with it. And the lipstick I've left on the rim has been exchanged in molecules, and there's a relationship there. We have a relationship with everything. Thank you. But this Liberation Day forms the 90. The 90 is the hermit coming to earth. We're making a story. Make it any way you want to. We're coming to earth, to journey, to experience. Yep, we're going to meet all kinds of experiences. Now that's the end. The end before it repeats itself. The numbers 1 through 9. And then what you got to do? You got to start over. You got to start over. So if you finish this one, and this is, how about the fact that this right here, this energy I keep talking about, is behind all of this 1 through 9, and then repeats itself again. And then we say 10, and we get to 20, and then we get to 30, and 40, and 50, and 60, and 70, and carrying that all the way, what, 70, 80, and 90. Got that energy all the way, and then guess what we have to do? when we get to 90. We have to start again 100 times. We started again at 10 times. And if we'll go all the way down, then we're going to get to 1,000, aren't we? And then we're going to get to 10,000. Ooh, I wonder how many times we have to start again, and start again, and start again. Hello? Let me put this up. Now, and I might be very, very thorough and put it back in the right slot. And that was this one. This one right here. Has it got another one? Does it really have another one? It does have another one. How about that? Okay. It has another one in the same little slot. It's easy to be lost and not to be found. Things are displaced on this toppled merry-go-round. It's easy to be lost and not to be found. Things are displaced on this toppled merry-go-round. Round and round we go, and where we stop we don't know. Only the butterfly, and she's not saying. And how many times do you go round and round and round this old place? How many times? How many times? It says movement, activity, progress. Let me see. These people, they live their own lives. You can always get the truth out of these people. Also, they are daredevils, and they run hard, fast, and straight. Oh, did you want to know what number that was? Did I even mention it? It was the 21st. That's what's involved in that dance. The dance. Dance me to the end of love. Dance. 4, 1, 5, 3, 5, 6, and 9. What have we got? 9, 12. There's that love conflict in the middle of that, word dance. And then we got 12, which is the enlightened, the hangman is what it is. Anger, creation, sexual energy, whatever you want it to be. But when you add it all up, you get the 18, which is the moon, which is your mother. And I think, didn't I start this with those 3 energies, the mother, father, child? I think I did, with the mother having the source of the energy. Yes, I did. Wherever it was. Yes, I did. Hello. Well, anyway, it's on here somewhere. It's about the mother, energy coming from, there it is. See, the energy, darlings, sweethearts, lover boys, the energy, the divine energy. Here it is, way back here, behind everything. Then here's the manifestation of the divine. Then the energy that we recognize as what we call whatever God is, goddess. But it's the mother, the female energy that's carrying the energy. Well, there went that one, Mitzi. So it's the female energy. Now we need the male. I don't discount you males. But it's the female. And it is the mother. And it is our earth. And we are to care for her. And with that earth, there is this psychological journey. If you've ever watched my shows, you've seen that. So let's see if I can find the moon in one of my books. Gosh, is this one? Is this one? Oh, well, this is the Mayan book. Well, let's see what 18th would say on this. Is that what I'm talking about? 18, yeah. But this is 18. Let's see. Unexpected event. How about that? No reason for concern. No trepidation. There's going to be severe mood changes and shifts. Do you want to be cautious? Be cautious. Do you want to have reason for concern? Worry your silly self to death. You're going through a deep and dark tunnel ahead. Bring an ever ready flashlight. Because thou dost continuously indulge in thoughts of getting the short end of the stick, thou dost create insurmountable obstacles, which so easily beset thee. You know, I just used that word just a few minutes ago, didn't I? Those things that beset you. And I hadn't used that word, I don't think, since I've been doing the show. Beset, I'm going to have to do that. There are no shortcuts on this journey in this earth life. Hello. There are no shortcuts. There are no easy answers. There are no quick fixes. There are no shortcuts. You think there is, though? You think you can make something happen before it's time? You can push the date up. There says there are no shortcuts. No easy answers. And there are no quick fixes. The reason for that, it just seems so simple. If there was, if that was it, if there was a shortcut or an easy answer or a quick fix, what are you doing here? It'd be all over with. You'd get your easy answer, you'd get your quick fix, and you'd take that shortcut and it'd be all over. Then what else? You've got to have all of that, what seems like confusion and tribulation, and what was the rest of it? Concern and trepidation and whatever else. Let me see. A long, anguished road is set before thee to travel, barefooted, on some smooth pebbles and on some jagged rocks. So it ain't going to be all smooth sailing. It's a matter of conditioning thy feet for the journey. I love it. Did I not say that? Did I not say that from the beginning of the show? Every single solitary bit is connected. See? The soles of my feet, of shoes, have been worn off. Flappity flip flop flop. It's a matter of conditioning thy feet for the journey. It's a matter of releasing the toxic waste that thou hast accumulated for having had to travel such an unpleasant path. How unpleasant has your path been? You remember when I'm saying going round and round and round the abyss, and when you're taking all those things, oh, I've been done so wrong, oh, he or she hurt me, cheated me, lied to me, stole from me. What did that just say? It's a matter of releasing the toxic waste that thou hast accumulated for having had to travel such an unpleasant path. Thy hands are not too small for the tasks that are set before thee. Thou hast not been offensively treated or callously abandoned as thou would like to recall and relay in such dramatic terms. However, it does make for a dramatic storytelling, coupled with tragic overtones as a means of justification for thy obtrusive actions. Oh well, bandage thy feet and get on with the business of living. Walk the soles of your shoes if you have to. Walk right out of your shoes. Throw your shoes away. Take off your socks. Don't be so set and so rigidly determined that you know what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be doing it, with whom you're supposed to be doing it with, and where. If at any time you think you know what you're doing, forget it and cease immediately, because that's not the reason you're doing any of the things that you are doing. You remember, Missy, I was talking about something earlier today before we came on the show. I love this new coat I just bought. And it's freezing cold outside. It's not cold in here. Missy, throw it to me, if you don't mind. See, I'm sitting here, and I am having the time of my life. And I'm enjoying every second of it. And I absolutely, tremendously, without reservation or concern, love this coat. And if there's ever been a coat that defines and depicts and demonstrates and delegates and whatever. What is those more words I want with those D's? Dances. It would be this coat. I love this coat. I love it. I absolutely love it. So sometimes we're going to need a coat, and sometimes we're going to have a bathing suit on, and sometimes we're going to be naked. Sometimes we're going to have a dress, shorts, pants. You know, there's going to be different occasions. Now, I can't wear this coat to the beach. I mean, I can, but I'd be hot, plus it would interfere with me getting a suntan. So all things are appropriate for the time that they are happening and in your orbit. See, this coat was designed for me. I love this coat. Let's see what coat is. C-O-A-T. You know, in the Bible, Joseph had a coat of many colors. You remember that story? It's a beautiful story. I'm going to hold them out, Mitzi. You know it's got to have the mother, father, child. Okay? So I am wrapped up in the mother, father, child, God. Goddess, it is the energy behind it all. I mean, I am completely wrapped up. Now, did I need to put on this coat to remind myself that I am? I suppose that's why it was on. I put it on. You know, I thought I put it on just because I love it. And I think it's beautiful. But it wasn't. It was to accentuate the idea that I am walking, talking, breathing, sleeping, eating, making love, making war, going to the bathroom, human being, fretting, worrying, talking, all the rest of it that goes with it. And yet I am at all times completely enveloped in the love of God, with God, in God, for God, the energy behind God. Because this is the manifestation of the coat. But do you know what went into making this coat? Do you know how many people in the road, the moon journey that it took to make it to me? And all the people that were making it, everything, the fibers that were concerned in putting it together, that it would end up with me, to me? And the same thing